Episode 50 of the Morning Hardwood. Finally.
I just want to congratulate you on an unbelievable career. I think when I look back, and the first time we actually played against each other, the competitive drive that I saw within your eyes, even though the knowledge wasn't quite there yet, is very invigorating. And I'm very happy to leave you this message to say how much,
Gotta leave him a message, Jerry. It's episode 50, man. It's almost down with we're almost down with season 2. Dude, it's been a solid run, man.
It has been a solid run. Was that what was that Kobe talking to someone in particular? Because I have a feeling, I'm guessing it's because it's Kevin Garnett's 40th birthday today. Was that what that soundbite was?
No, it was just a Michael Jordan clip.
Oh.
Just giving tribute to the greatness.
We'll act like it was giving tribute to Kevin.
I was giving myself
Garnett.
I was giving myself a pat on the back.
Oh, for the 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Catching on.
So a funny thing happened to me this week, Jerry. Had a stand-up show. Listeners, I am a comedian, even though Jerry's the funnier of the two of us.
He's much better on stage. I've never gone on stage.
So being on stage Tuesday, I saw a bunch of kind of acquaintances that didn't know I did stand-up. So after the show, it went really well, and they were like one by one. I must have heard 4 or 5 different people say like, "Oh man, I didn't know you were funny."
Where were you at? Where were you doing?
At the Comedy Zone.
Nice, man.
So I was
like acquaintances, isn't like work acquaintances.
improv acquaintances. So these are
okay,
improv
got
characters, and in improv, you're
Got
kind
it,
of getting
yeah.
collective laughs.
Sure,
Like,
sure.
If you're doing if you're doing stand up, you got to get buckets.
Yeah,
you got to get
absolutely.
buckets, and it's all on your own.
Or
merit.
you're getting booed off stage.
Yeah,
and
so-
which I've seen multiple times at those like kind of amateur stand-ups. I'd say that probably one of the more like entertaining than actually funny people is when you get horrible people, and then people just start booing, and then they get frustrated, so then they start like yelling at the crowd. They're like, "What? You're too fucking dumb to like understand that joke?" And you go, "Well, like, oh boy, the crowd's
yeah,
turning."
they got
and then
him.
it's,
They
yeah,
got
I got
him.
him, and
They
then
got
it's like a boo, and then it's like their face starts getting red, they start sweating, and you're like, "Yes, this is what I came to see. I want to see someone fail."
All right, so I'm 6 minutes. I was 6 minutes in, and I had the crowd. It was probably the best 6 minutes I've done.
Ooh.
And then I decided, going to recently into New York, I saw all those comics just attack the crowd. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going after the crowd.
Yes, turn against them.
So I sat right next to a lady, and I'm getting ready to just rip her a new one. And I look at her eyes, and I say, "Are you scared?" She goes, she kind of shakes her head no. And I said, "Well, you better be." And I watched just the fear of God roll over her face, and I'm like, I can't do it to her. And so I didn't do it and fell back on a cheap joke, and then
Good. No,
I lost
that's a
them.
good.
I lost
That's
them.
karma, dude.
It's a horseshit move. I should have destroyed that.
No, you should have. You did the right move.
After the show, she wouldn't even come up and say anything to me.
Really?
She was so like it. I took her soul. I did a Mortal Kombat move.
Well, then it was a moral victory. It was a moral victory. Well, we have to introduce. We have a guest speaker in here tonight, a Cleveland fan, because Todd Little Helfer was born this Monday. Congratulations to Todd and his baby boy. Cooper is his name. And so in his spot for this week is Mark here, who's also from Cleveland.
Hello.
And he's here to kind of give us some more insight on Cleveland.
Yeah, Mark's second trip to the Morning Hardwood, man. Happy to have you again on the show, man.
Dude, I was excited to get called up tonight, man. It was it's definitely an honor.
Got called from the bar stool to the Smokers Video studio, right?
That's right.
Exactly.
I know you walk in here and it's kind of like, oh my God, like you probably walked in and was like, what the fuck am I walking? Like there's a vacuum right when you walk in.
Yeah.
There's a dog that's like the size of me when you first
Yeah,
walk
I
in the
met
door.
Frank when I walked in. That was pretty interesting.
Frank is like a 150-pound dog that has the head about the size of this table.
Yes.
So I mean, it's a first. At first, when you see him, like, oh shit.
We could eat off him for 2 weeks. You know, like he's got that much meat on him.
He does. He's a big boy.
He's a huge guy. Mark's here to talk NBA with us. I know he's going to be part of the 5-court press. We replaced Todd pretty easily, huh?
It was quick. We talked about it last week,
Yeah.
and boom.
Boom. And then Todd got wind of it and said,
Todd didn't even get that message. He just like got wind, like, "Hey, I was replaced. I can make it tonight." No, you got replaced.
No, Todd, you're done. You stay home with the baby.
Yeah, you have a baby, you son of a bitch. Go tend to
care
him,
of your baby.
you terrible father.
Yeah. Instead of dicking around with us, right?
Yeah.
All right, Jerry, a lot of fun stuff to talk about. It is Thursday, May 19th. Obviously, the Warriors, Oklahoma City is tied 1-1. Cleveland will probably go up 2-0 tonight, or 3-0 tonight.
Knock on wood very hard for
So,
that statement.
Jerry, where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with OKC. Let's start with that series because we saw OKC absolutely dominate then the first game, and then the second game. Now we saw, Golden State dominate. So, I say we start there because it's going to be a phenomenal series. We see that it's hard. Russell Westbrook's just playing his ass off. He's a freak, but I kind of was mentioning this to Mark earlier, is that team is two-dimensional. And if Russell Westbrook, who was off last night, he shot 4 for 16, I think. If one of them is off, then that team doesn't really have a crutch to stand on. And that's the poor thing about their offense is, like, then they turn to Dion Waiters, who's also like 4 for 16. And then you should be trying to utilize Serge Ibaka more, but they don't. And him and Steven Adams combined shot only 12 shots, and I think that was their downfall, is like, you went with two cold guys who kept shooting all night, and that's where you went bad.
Well, you went to game 2, so we'll talk about game 2 first. Mark, did you get your eyes on game 2? Did you watch any of game 2?
I certainly did.
You certainly. All right. So, should Oklahoma City be satisfied going back to OKC 1-1?
Absolutely. I mean, getting a win at Oracle is huge. I mean, it's a swing in my opinion.
It's home court advantage. So automatically they should have. I mean, to be honest, just to take the moral prop. Like, let's just forfeit this game. We don't have to try. We got the home court advantage. Because I feel like the only thing that's a bummer about losing game 2 is then now they're in your head. They just beat the shit out of you in the second game. Steph Curry did his Steph Curry thing in the third quarter and went off for 17 points. And it's
had a 15-0 stretch by himself.
Yeah.
There.
So it's at that point you're like, damn it. Now, it kind of, you had the momentum just from game 1, and it's like it didn't stop the momentum, but it definitely took a little wind out of that sail.
Well, it's like you said, the bench players did not show up game 2, and it's hard for bench players to show up in a hostile environment.
Correct.
I think game 1 they said 5 OKC Thunder players were in double figures. Last night only 2 players were in double figures.
Correct.
Golden State made the huge adjustment of taking a big and guarding Roberson. So moving that big to the paint wouldn't allow Westbrook all those little dumps to Steven Adams, Serge Ibaka, the rest of the court. They were basically playing 4-on-5 offensively,
which is huge. And I feel like Roberson, that's tough because he's much better than Dion Waiters, but offensively he brings 0 to the game. He's as good as, like, you put one of us out there, you're gonna have a better chance of one of us scoring.
And not only that, I mean, Mark, we can all attest to it playing basketball. When someone doesn't cover you, what does that do to you?
I mean, it makes me want to take a shot. That's for sure.
But what if you miss that shot?
It takes
and
your,
then miss that. Nobody's covering you.
No, it takes your confidence right out of your game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So if you're playing a game and then everybody else is involved and the other team's basically saying you suck.
Yeah, they're letting you shoot.
Yeah, they're just letting you throw up bricks.
Yeah.
All day.
That's like there's a few people we play with that all of a sudden they stop getting covered on the outside because they shoot a lot, and then not to mention any names.
Yeah, no.
But his name rhymes with Hammy.
Jamie. Jamie. I thought you were gonna go to me.
Hey, easy. I didn't say his name.
Well,
go with you. You were waiting for tit.
No, you just take all the unauthorized inside shots.
Yeah.
I know, and every time I'm an asshole on the court. Anytime anybody takes a shot that I don't think should have been shot, I say ill-advised shot.
Ill-advised.
Like someone will take a turnaround J from 3-point line. Ill-advised, very ill-advised shot.
So you're doing self-commentating on the court.
Yes, I am. I absolutely am. I'm like my own coach. If ill-advised,
I just think. I think something's got to change game 3. I think Roberson, you might have just destroyed the guy's confidence right there. And I mean, Morrow is not obviously the answer, but Morrow does have an outside shot.
He does. It's unfortunate that their bench is not very deep, and there's not much.
What are you talking about? Their bench is not deep.
Who are you gonna? So who would you pull off that bench that's gonna take up Roberson's spot?
A lot has been said today, and I've been listening, is they need to start Dion Waiters. Dion Waiters. I know you're saying that, but he's a guy they have to put a body on.
I know, you're right.
You put a body on him, Westbrook can do his thing. Durant
Correct.
can do his thing.
You're right. You're right.
Like Durant said after the game, like, what am I supposed to do? Shoot over 3 people?
It's true.
Like, once he went on his little stretch, they said Golden State just kind of, did their thing and just said, Roberson, beat us. And he couldn't. And he's not going to over the course of 7 games. And that's what I love about playoff basketball is the adjustments. And the coaching job Steve Kerr did is just, I mean, yesterday I watched a different Golden State team because they matched big for big.
Correct.
They went Festus Ezeli, Andrew Bogut, Draymond Green. At least 2 of those guys were on the court at all time. They said, all right, you want to go big OKC and keep us out of small ball? We'll go big with you. Which was like, to me, was the most dangerous thing I saw out of Golden State last night. More so than Curry's 15-0, like, basically taking the wind out of OKC from there. But the ability for them to go big, go small, go anything.
I agree.
Yeah, well, the other thing too with the Warriors is, I mean, their bigs are athletic. They're athletic as shit. I mean, those are like hybrids to me.
Yeah, Festus is a big guy, and then I saw him take the ball down the lane and throw it down.
Yeah,
like even their little guys are big.
Yeah,
like Sean Livingston's 6'6", and he's a point guard.
And Klay Thompson's a tall shooting guard.
Yeah, very tall. They're a big lineup. It's funny because they're big but small, but they play small ball. It's weird. It's what it is.
They can just move around. They have so many pieces that they can play with, and Steve Kerr is the best coach in the league for a reason. I mean, I think I'd have a decent stab at it. You know, with that lineup, like I think I could win 50 games.
Do you think you would have made that adjustment?
I don't think I'd get out of the first round. I would have just said,
no.
Just like, guys, I'm in the playoffs. Like I'm 31. I had an NBA podcast.
Yeah, they would
be
like, Coach, which should we run?
I went from NBA podcast to coach of the Warriors.
So, are you officially saying that you're applying for a position?
I'm throwing my name in the hat.
Okay.
I might as well throw my name in the hat. You know, what coaching positions are left open? Not many.
I saw Vogel got signed today.
You want to move to coaching? You want to move to coach?
Well, you said
we got
coach.
The playoffs.
You said coach, so I jumped into it.
Playoffs.
There we go. There's that soundbite.
Let's talk about game 1 a little bit because I got some thoughts on that.
Game 1. All right. Well, OKC looked phenomenal.
And when did they look phenomenal?
The whole game.
No. Well, no. Second half when Russell took action, man.
Yeah, in that third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, he completely dominated that third quarter, without a doubt.
And what did I say, like, when they did win, actually? I said, like, Mark Cuban's got to be eating his words. Because Mark Cuban was the guy who said, there's one superstar in this team, and there's one all-star. Kevin Durant's a superstar. Sorry, Russell. Like,
and
come
how
on
many
now.
shots did he make? Or
No
miss?
shit, 0 for 7.
Yeah.
He almost lost them the damn game.
Well, no, I think he went 1 for 7, and he made that one miracle shot.
Yeah.
And it was Westbrook who took over the game and won them that game. And then it was like Durant who almost lost you the game.
What was impressive was I think they were down 12 at half. It was either 8 or 12, and then they went into the fourth quarter tied. And like Mark was saying, Durant goes 0 for 6, 0 for 7, and they could have just gave the game away, and Golden State couldn't hit a shot. So I think Warriors. I mean, it seemed like the Thunder's like they just couldn't. They didn't know how to close that game out, and the Warriors allowed them to close that game out because they didn't want to show their hand yet.
Correct.
I feel like Kerr conceded that game for the greater good of the series. I feel like he could have made adjustments in that third and fourth quarter to try to win the game, and I think the cockiness of Golden State is like, we're good enough, fuck this game. They did that with Houston.
I don't know.
They gave Houston. Houston didn't deserve to win a game, did they?
Team does not like to lose.
Houston had shithead Dwight Howard on it. They don't deserve to win ever.
But they got a game.
Yeah, they did.
They got a game. So we can't say that for the Cavs. So no one's got a game on them yet. So that's how I feel about Golden State. I feel that he's such a good coach and so confident that he didn't want to show anything. And then last night we saw the move of pulling the guy off Roberson, going big against OKC, and now it's going to cause Billy Donovan to. And I don't even know I don't even know what kind of adjustments he can make. It's like you said, they don't play an offense.
And exactly, they don't play an offense. And you say pull somebody. You say they have a bench. Who?
Cantor, Waiter.
Canner, it's like having just offense, and then when you get back to defense, you just got a post standing up there, and it's like if you can dribble around this post, you're fine.
I cringe when I watch that guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Why do you cringe though? Is it his appearance or is it his game?
It's a little bit of both.
Probably a little bit of both. To be honest.
He does look like. I bet you he drives a van with no windows.
Yes, only because I mean he's 7 foot. I mean he's got to have a big vehicle.
And oh yeah, he's got to. And he's from Israel, right? So he's Jewish probably. So he's probably
The real Jewish,
the real,
not our fake ass Todd. You know?
And I take back what I said earlier about not liking what he looked like. Just his athleticism is what I was talking about.
His athleticism is actually he's
I'm not a racist.
He's good around the boards. He's impressive around the boards, like or offensively. Like he does some slick moves, and I'm like, damn, wow, I didn't know that man could move like that. But then defensively, like I said, it's like where is he? Where is he on the court? Like, do we have Cantor out here? Like, is he guarding the paint?
Well, Mark brought up a good point. He's not racist. I guess he had to put in that disclaimer before where I'm going next. So nice segue for this. The last thing I want to talk about at OKC is Steven Adams referred to
Oh, yeah.
referred to the front court of Golden State as quick little monkeys.
He didn't mean anything by that.
And I don't know about you, and I'm just gonna say this. I mean, my thoughts don't reflect the thoughts of these two, but black people. I mean, like, are we going to be able to use any words to talk to you, like, for the? You know,
I agree because all he was doing, he was not trying to be racist even a little.
He was
bit.
actually giving them a compliment.
Yeah, he was.
To be honest.
Yeah, he wasn't like everything's not racist. Like Howard Cosell back in the day, you know, called the little football players monkeys on live TV.
I know. But, I mean, that was like Cousins, Booby Cousins, this earlier in the year. Remember they had it's the year of the monkey, so they had monkeys all over their jerseys.
Yeah,
and it was like he made a huge fucking deal of it. Fuck you.
It's a fucking animal.
No
like,
shit.
What did the monkey do to you?
Yeah, well,
like,
DeMarcus Cousins is a piece of shit. So.
Yeah, Curious George is not racist. I mean, yeah, he's owned by a white man, but like that's not.
You just went down the wrong path.
Fuck it, let's make it racist.
Oh gosh.
All right.
No, he had nothing. He meant no harm whatsoever. He's just referring to an animal that's quick and fast, so he said monkey. Like in New Zealand, he probably sees monkeys all the time.
Yeah.
So that's
Who was the one interviewing him? Was it Stephen A?
Yeah, no, it was was it Stephen A? No, it definitely wasn't because Stephen A wouldn't allow that. It was Brouchard.
Yeah,
and he
just kind of gave him like a blank stare. He's like you can just tell in the back of his mind. He's like, all right.
Well, you could tell when he
Cut it.
said it, he was
Cut
just
it.
like, "Shit, shouldn't have said that."
Yeah.
But and it's just because of sensitive ass society saying like, "Oh, he meant black people." Like, no, he didn't. He's from New Zealand. He meant fucking monkeys, actually monkeys.
Yeah, he plays in a league of 80%, you know, African Americans.
Yeah.
Like he's not racist, guys.
No, and
like,
if anybody like. I mean, if we're gonna go stereotypes, his father has 18 children. So like,
Oh my gosh.
you know, I looked that stat up the
Yeah.
other day just out of curiosity. He has 18 siblings.
Isn't he like the youngest too?
Yeah, he's the youngest of 18 siblings. The average height of the females is 6 foot. The average height of the males is 6'9".
6'9"?
Steven
6'9".
Adams family.
Yeah,
Stephen Adams' family.
His brother or his sister or somebody's on like the Olympic team.
Yeah. Average height of the females in the family, 6 foot. Average males, 6'9".
That is an athletic family.
Could you imagine, like, you had to be a billionaire or a farmer? There's only two options: billionaire or farmer to feed them. And then farmer, all you're doing
those
is you're feeding.
motherfuckers are gonna eat. Like,
Yeah, 7 feet human. He's gonna eat double the amount of all of us.
yeah.
Well, yeah, the pressure was definitely on Adams to get in the NBA to support that family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like with he probably makes what, a couple million, you know.
He probably makes 5.
5 million, so that, you know, break it out over 18 siblings, trickles down to the family. You ain't got much left.
No, and then they're probably having kids that are twice the size of them, so it's probably like 120 people that are above 7 feet tall.
Yeah, little monkeys
walking
running around.
So you're saying Steven Adams is the blackest man in the league? Is essentially what you're saying?
So what I'm saying is he has every right to say anything about black people because he's more black than any of them.
Yes, absolutely. And Jerry, I didn't know much about Steven Adams until the podcast. You know, thank you very much, and listeners, I hope you enjoyed that. Let's take it.
And he went to Pittsburgh. Boom. University of Pitt. Even, I mean, get it,
Give
boy.
us another one. Give us another one, Jerry.
Go.
He is married to a black woman. That one's not true.
All right, disclaimer. That one was a lie. All right,
was a
let's
lie.
move on to the other series. I'm going to start with you, Mark.
What's so good about Cleveland?
They're the best. We're undefeated in the playoffs right now.
All
Our
right.
hot streak, man.
Did you know this is a bad stat for me to throw out there, but the last team, or there was like, I think there's 6 or 8 teams that have gone 8-0 in the first round, and they have not made it out of the. That's right, 8-0. You're right, LeBron. But they did not make it out of the whatever Eastern or Western finals that they were in. So I was like, ugh.
You shut your mouth.
I know, I didn't want to hear that, but I saw it and I was like, whoa.
Before we get into the series, now I'm thinking about a rant that I was thinking about the other night. I'm watching the interview with LeBron, and it's throwing up the stupidest stats in the world on the little Undertaker. You know, like you can make stats say anything, and I feel like we're such a dumb generation that they got to put on. We can't just listen to the guy talk after the game. We've got to put like LeBron, since his barber started doing a high fade, has been is now 9-0 in the playoffs.
Give me, dude, I live for those stats.
That's actually a true stat.
Yeah. Kevin Love's undefeated in the playoffs.
That's another stat.
I didn't see that stat.
Yeah,
There's one for you guys.
That's a big stat.
But Mark, we've seen this story before out of LeBron. I mean, this will be what, if he makes it to the finals, 6 straight times.
Yes, sir.
What does he learn? What is he going to learn on this path?
Well, I mean, I think he's got a little bit easier road, and I'll explain why. And the reason why is he has a great supporting cast right now. I mean, everything's clicking. You know, he doesn't. I mean, yes, he is the leader of that team, but he probably feels like, you know, hey, if I pass it to Kyrie, if I pass it to Shump, he's gonna make it. You know, that's the way that it feels right now.
And that's the way he played in Miami. Is he had a lot of guys. He had Battier, he had Mike Miller, he had obviously Wade and Bosch, but he had guys that he trusted.
Exactly.
Is that, I'll be honest with you, the Cavs game usually goes off around halftime since the Toronto series has started. It's been that bad. Is, in your comparison to years past, how does this LeBron look?
Well, I mean, he's definitely showing that. I mean, he's definitely matured in his game. I mean, that's obvious. That's an obvious statement, but it's showing here in the games. He's trusting in the system. He's trusting in the new coach. I mean, it's been in the media that Lou told him to shut the F up in the huddle and, you know, just laid the law down. So he's trusting in the system and he's doing what he's told. He
went 11 for 13 in that game. What were those shots?
Those were little layups.
Oh, so those were down in the post.
Yeah.
Wow. So he just took Toronto's. He basically played like a big and probably took Toronto's heart, right?
Well, here's what the thing is, and this was Coach Lou did a phenomenal job in making this adjustment. Is he knew Toronto was ready to come out and defend the perimeter. That's what they were thinking. Is like, we can't let them shoot 43s and make half of those. Can't let it happen. So they're ready to defend the perimeter. And Lou said, all right, well, who just got injured? What the hell's his name? Valanciunas? Whatever. That one. So, Valanciunas. So, Valanciunas, their inside defense, he is now injured and not going to be playing. So he said, all right, well, let's spread the floor like we usually do. And then LeBron, you just go in, and there's nobody that's going to defend the paint in there. And that is exactly what happened, because LeBron, his first 7 for 7 shots that he made, and he made 7 for 7.
This was obviously in the first half.
This was the first half.
First quarter.
This was his first half. But he's 7 for 7, and his average range was 1.3 feet.
Wow.
So he was way inside the restricted area. Nobody there to defend it. Like, where the fuck? Like, 1.3 feet. That means he was under the basket. That's what his 7 for 7 was. So Lou said, hey, just go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to play inside. We're going to play inside out.
Yeah,
until you make us go out. And then we have that game.
Yeah. I mean, we made what? 7 threes?
Only 7, yeah.
In game 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game 1. Game 1.
Yeah.
There's only been one game.
Yeah, this is game 2 tonight.
This is game 2 tonight. Wow.
But I feel like it's going to go that way.
But 7 threes, and we only attempted 20, whereas in the series before, our average attempt was 37, and our average makes was above 20. So, like, I mean, obviously went a different route, and it worked because they blew out Toronto.
Yeah, and you hear all those people complaining about the threes. We didn't need it. We didn't need it.
Yeah, I mean, in what was the round before when they're playing Atlanta? Or
when they broke the record?
That it was Atlanta or Detroit where they hit 70-some threes.
They broke the record against Detroit, I believe, when they were blowing them out, and they said it was disrespectful. But I mean,
fuck that, it's stupid.
It's professional basketball. If you don't want somebody to make a shot, go defend it.
Yep.
You know what?
Some fucking credit.
I was watching this this stat that my cousin sent me over, and he's like, look at this dumbass statistician that's coming over with this stupid general statement. and it was showing that their make percentage for the Cavaliers during the season and then last round, saying that they can't keep up the 3-point shooting that they did. They can't keep it up. And I was like, they broke records multiple times. Like, of course they can't keep up that same fucking pace. Like, that's like saying after a pitcher throws a no-hitter, like, well, I really don't think he can do that every game in, game out. And it's like, you just threw a fucking no-hitter. Of course he's not going to do that game in, game out. Like, of course they're not going to shoot, 77 threes in 4 games, make 77 threes in 4 games. Like, dumbass general statement that was like, you stupid asshole statistician. Like, who do you think you are saying a dumb statement like that?
You're right. I mean, I hate to bring in another sport, but baseball is the fucking the head. That's the head of the snake of dumb stats. A pitcher throws a great
for everything.
Oh my God! He's on pace to hit 703 home runs during the day. As long as
it was a night game. And it was on a Wednesday. It was cloudy.
Yeah, this guy, if it was just that conditions, he'd hit 3,000 home runs today, all in one game.
Here's my stat: we're undefeated in the playoffs. That's my stat.
And it's been, and you've seen this before.
Yeah.
I anticipate a sweep, obviously. I don't anticipate this being any bit of a battle. The spread is 12.5 tonight. Mark, I'm going to lay down some money tonight.
12.5?
Where am I going? Because I'm down $500, Jerry. I've gotten my ass
That's why I don't bet.
I killed. Well, it just means that I suck at betting. I'm going with whatever. What you tell me? 12.5 points.
Go under. Go the under.
Do I take the Cavs thinking another blowout?
I don't think so.
I think it's going to be a closer game tonight. So the 12.5.
You're going to take the Raptors.
I would take the Raptors as a safe.
With 12.5?
Yeah, with 12.5. All right, Mark, I am going to lay a 50 spot on that. Just to try to recoup some of the fucking money that I just keep losing.
Make it a hundo, dude.
That I'm going Cavs. That I'm going Cavs. That I'm going to switch back and go to the Cavs. But I'm going to take you up on that bet. And, guys, we are halfway through the show, so it's time to tell you how you can support us. Guys, go to RCR Radio, click on that Amazon banner, and order whatever the hell you want. Mark, what you need?
I like socks. I like shoes. I like shirts.
Well, then you can go to rcrradio.com. You can click the Amazon banner. You can order those things. You can get them at a great price. You can have them at your door the next day. But the point being is a little bit of that goes back to the Morning Hardwood crew, and that's what keeps the show running. That's what keeps Jerry in shape. That's what keeps me out of shape. Hey, guys, we are going to be back. We're going to throw some quick news on Rookie of the Year, maybe throw a couple other things about the draft news, and then we're going to get to the 5-court press. Unfortunately, we're not going to have Todd, so it's going to be the two of you guys, and I'm looking forward to that.
Well, Frank didn't eat them.
Mangoes are a hell of a fruit, Mark.
He's got dried mangoes, and they're amazing. You should try some.
Dried mangoes?
Try them. I know. The first time he said it, actually, the first time I smelled them, I was like,
Put
nope,
this in your mouth.
don't want it. Just try it. Give me one of those.
Yeah, you owe me like 3 bags of these.
I know, you're not kidding.
Listeners, dried mangoes is a real thing on the Morning Hardwood.
Yeah.
I like ripe mangoes.
Ripe ones?
Yeah, they're so good.
They're
Mangoes are some of
I
the.
like
look at
mango
now, mango-
anything. Mango Italian ice. Mango,
right.
dried mangoes, regular mangoes, chili mangoes. I sound like Forrest Gump with shrimp.
Mangoes, though, taking over.
Mangoes.
Mango stew.
Mangoes on a stick.
Here at Morning Hardwood, we rep mangoes.
We rep
like
mangoes.
mangoes.
What's your fruit, Jerry?
Well, it's quickly becoming mangoes.
It's becoming mangoes.
No, I'd have to say it's bananas. I ate 3 bananas a day.
I've seen him eat one whole.
Pretty easily. Hey, when it's crunch time, I got to get it down.
Do you always eat it sexually?
Yeah, hell yeah. What do you mean? It's the shape of a dick. How can you not?
All the best foods are shaped like dicks.
Hot
Hot
dogs,
dogs,
Twinkies.
I guess.
Dicks.
Dicks. Yeah, dicks. Undercooked steak. I mean, my dick's got red spots on it. I don't know about you guys. I mean, we can compare after the show.
I've seen it. It's got a mole on it.
Undercooked steak, huh?
Yeah.
So your dick looks like undercooked steak?
Yeah, it bleeds a lot.
Boy, I feel
you know?
bad.
It's just from all the beatings it takes. You know, it's just.
Mine takes beatings, but he's gotten resilient over the years. He looks like a damn like armadillo. Like he's got armored vehicle
He's
around him.
calloused. He's You could take that dick through anything. Huh?
Oh yeah,
You just
there's
like
not much that'll hurt this dick now. The balls are a different story. They're sensitive as anything, but like the dick, it's like, damn, dude, like you just got hit straight in the dick, and I'm like, don't worry, dick's fine as long as it didn't hit balls, we're good.
Dick and balls are so completely different. If any ladies are listening,
Yeah, I have such a small dick at rest at just normal like
At rest when he's not jogging.
yeah. When I'm not moving amongst things, like then I start getting hard. But when I'm just sitting here, I'm really
Is that why
flaccid.
I don't know.
That's flaccid, Mark. Wow.
Look at that thing.
I know you guys on YouTube. Thank God damn we got this table in front of us.
Yeah.
Let's get back to some basketball,
All right,
guys.
let's get back to basketball.
We're
The
gonna
mangoes
hit,
got us off track.
yeah. The mangoes led to Callus, which led to Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, which is great. A great segue.
Great. We're the masters. 50 episodes in, we can transition smoothly.
Smoother than a baby's bottom, baby.
Oh yeah.
Todd's baby.
Yeah, it'll have to be Todd's baby's bottom, which, yeah, we felt the creepiness of that statement right there.
Can I leave now?
Only if you leave those pants.
What pants?
Shorts, man. We don't want any armor here. All right, so run down the unanimous Rookie of the Year, Jerry.
The unanimous Rookie of the Year was Karl Anthony Towns, the number one pick of the 2015-2016 draft. So the number one pick seemed to pan out for them.
Seemed to pan out. What's on down the list?
Porzingis was number 2, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not
No
gonna
discussion
lie,
there.
No discussion. But I think he should have got some number one votes. Like being like unanimous with Porzingis had a hell of a fucking year. And actually, he led rookies in blocks, and then he led the rookies in 3-pointers. So I mean, up there as being, and I think he was third or second in points. So like, I mean, no first place votes for a man that led in most categories.
Yeah, and a New York homer can't do it.
And exactly, in New York, in a very tough area to play, like where nobody likes anything, and you're playing with one of the biggest ball hogs maybe in NBA history, in Carmelo Anthony. Like, you should get at least a few votes for even having to play with Melo.
Yeah, he should get. Well, here's what happened, Jerry. And I think we're going to see this more often in the years to come. The voters have to put their name on it. So once you have to put your name on it, we all know that it ups your credibility.
Anonymity anymore.
Yeah. So like guys that were just throwing in cheap votes because nobody knew who did it, now their ballots can be looked at and judged. And I don't think like obviously like if you're the one guy who just voted for Anthony Bennett for MVP, when he's not even in the league anymore, like. Obviously, like there's going to be some scrutiny. You might lose your job.
Sure.
So I think that has more to it. More of the reason why we have a unanimous Rookie of the Year and we have a unanimous MVP is because guys don't want to put their voting neck out on the line.
Yeah. But I mean, look at this list. Like, D'Angelo Russell was number 10. Damn. Like, I mean, he had a pretty decent season for a rookie. Number 10.
He had one vote.
One vote.
Third.
Jeez.
I know
harsh crowd here. Who are these people? Is this all?
Yeah,
all
we
people
know your
from-
names, and we're gonna come find you.
Seems like everybody must have been from Minnesota. Not one person was from out west because we have Minnesota and New York.
Yeah, and I mean Okafor he missed half the season. He got 3 second-place votes.
And it's not like Okafor made any damn difference to that team.
No, I mean D'Angelo Russell won a couple games for him. Emmanuel Moody hit a game winner against Golden State, I believe.
Yeah.
I think he was the reason Golden State's got one of those losses.
I love that game. That was a good game.
You remember that game?
Yeah.
I had a boner.
Guys, we are heterosexuals and nothing against homos, but from this spot down, you guys watching on YouTube, we're starting to see some action.
A lot of action under
I'm
the
looking,
table.
and I'm a liking.
Frank the Tank. Frank is currently under the table.
Frank. Hey, Jerry, go get some more peanut butter.
For those that you don't know, Frank is a homeless man that we also invited to come in the studio. He's actually smoking Marlboro Reds. Red cigarette of flavors.
Call that a soup kitchen.
God, how do we segue now?
All right, now our next clear segue, which is clear as day, was Karl Anthony Towns, which we kind of had this discussion.
Yep.
Was the #1 overall pick in 2015-2016 draft. Obviously, that pick panned out. The #2 pick in that draft was D'Angelo Russell, another pick that panned out. We were kind of having the discussion. You were saying that people say that the draft is dumb. It doesn't matter because, like, in 2012, 2013, the best player by far was the 15th pick, which was Giannis, the Greek freak. So other than that, there is garbage on this, like hot garbage on this list. Yeah. I mean, Anthony Bennett is probably not even in the league anymore. Victor Oladipo is struggling to now be on the a bench player. And Otto Porter is probably, that's decent. We'll keep him. But a bench player, again, overall, just trashy shit draft.
Yeah. And a lot of discussion has been talked about the NBA draft lottery and the what's, should we fix this? I don't know if either you guys have seen that 30 for 30 regarding the Orlando Magic. But that was a really good documentary. That you saw that?
Yeah.
But it was amazing. Back-to-back years, they won the lottery. The Magic had a chance to really be the Lakers almost. If you're watching that documentary, they really had the chance to be a dynasty.
Yeah.
And it was just because of the lottery. The lottery played out in their hands. And we just saw the Timberwolves win the lottery back-to-back years, and it looks like they hit. The 76ers have been sucking for years, and finally this year they have the #1 pick. But like we were talking off air, there's not a guy like Karl Anthony Towns. I don't see that guy coming here. I mean, they say the guy Ben Simmons that everybody's been talking about, he can't even go to the best of the 64.
Yeah,
from a big school like LSU.
I agree with that. When everyone's repping Ben Simmons, I'm like, how do you massively rep a guy that's you say is overall #1, but you can't get your team enough wins to get into the NCAA tournament? Like, you fucking kidding me? You put LeBron back in his right out of college, or out of high school. There's no goddamn way he doesn't make it probably into the finals of the NCAA tournament. Like, no way. Yeah. How in the hell are you going to say that this guy's the next big thing and he can't get a team to win
Can't do it.
enough games in the NCAA? And it's not like LSU's a bad team. It's not like he was put on a shit team. Nope. He was put on a decent team and they still couldn't do it. So I'm not really a gigantic fan of him yet. I haven't watched enough to say like, oh, he's trash or great or whatever. But just off wins and losses, like, you're not a winner. You're a good basketball player, but you're not a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about the draft is these bad teams, they're not getting better. Even though Minnesota got the #1 pick the last 2 years, they're still finished, I don't know, in the bottom 5 teams in the league. There's a lot wrong with the draft in the sense that the NFL's got it made, and the reason they got it made is not because those top picks do so well. It's because those top picks are older.
Yeah, I agree.
They're bottom line. They're 20-year-old. They're men.
I agree, and you kind of see where their ceiling's at. Like in the NBA, you get a guy that you thought was going to be good, Anthony Bennett, and he is just not even in the league anymore. And thank God that LeBron came back. But the Cavaliers drafted the #1 pick 3 out of 4 years. And in that draft, they got, for the first pick, was Kyrie Irving was one of them.
Anthony
Bennett was another one.
And then
Andrew Wiggins. And then Andrew Wiggins, in which Andrew Wiggins was able to make all those trades, get Kevin Love over. So, I mean, without that, and then also because of the lottery, or because of other draft picks, they had Tristan Thompson and Deion Waiters also on that team for that. So, and those were also those were all top 5 picks. Everybody was a top 5, and in those drafts they've had, I mean, because of their GM and has managed amazingly to get them all those picks. But if LeBron would have never came back, we'd see a Minnesota team in Cleveland where it's like, wow, they got a lot of talent, they could be good someday. But they just don't, like you said, they're not men yet. They're not peaking yet. So it's like
they haven't developed.
They haven't developed, exactly. And so you see guys that are coming out that you're like, oh man, this guy's gonna be a stud, and then he's a flop. He's horrible. You're like, well, that's shit. That team put a lot, of stock into that guy, and now they're trash again.
Here's what I want to do. I want to get a firing squad and go to Cleveland, and I want to shoot anybody that thinks that they should have kept Andrew Wiggins. That guy is not ready to play, and to think that they shouldn't have got Kevin Love after what Kevin Love He's undefeated as
Well,
a.
yeah, I mean, you put any decent guy on Minnesota's team, and he's gonna be a star. You know what I mean? Like they needed
He's gonna put up
somebody.
numbers. Yeah.
So yeah.
But what I'm saying is, remember the talk of like, hey, should we have kept Andrew Wiggins instead of
A lot of
Love?
people
People
have
are
that.
idiots.
But you know how I overall kind of argue with that is, okay, Kevin Love did not come hot out of the gates. He didn't. He played like Chris Bosh, didn't come out of the gates. But why? The man was expected to be like, all right, you're a low post presence that's going to get the ball 15 to 20 times a game. Now you're going to get the ball 5 to 10 times, and you're going to be playing outside. So it's like, all right, well, you changed this game dramatically, which that's why he sucked. And then, but because he sucked so bad, they had to go out and make a ton of trades and get those guys who they got, J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, who are entirely huge key pieces in this defense and offense. I mean, J.R. Smith is an enormous part of our offense because we are able to have him go off and hit 30 to 50 points a game. Like he's able, has that capability. In the last series, he had 37 points in one of the games. Like he has the capability to go off. So, and then Iman Shumpert has the capability of completely blanketing a top guy on the opposite team that they're playing. So, like, without Kevin Love playing as poorly as he did start off out of the gate, the Cavaliers wouldn't have been as talented and as deep as they are. And now Kevin Love's playing like a stud all-star, like he was projected to do in the beginning, because he's finally adapted to the role of what he needs to do. He's getting more aggressive on defense and offense. He's following his shot, which I love. When I see him follow his shot, it just makes me want to masturbate all over the TV. Like it does.
I've seen him do it.
I do it. I think I even said that last show. Like when he follows his shot, when he shoots a 3-pointer and follows his shot, it just gets me hard. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's how you play basketball. That's how you do it. Because you know what? Most of the time, if you're gonna miss that shot, you're able to see, because it released out of your hands. You're gonna see where that ball's going. You have the best chance of anybody on the court to know where that ball's gonna bounce off to. So chase that fucking shot. Like, I mean, Steph Curry makes them all, but Steph Curry could never do that because he shoots and then is looking before the ball even goes in and talking shit to, to Serge Ibaka before he walks out, which was funny. Did you see that video?
Yes.
He shot and then before he
just stared him down.
It was like insta shot, and before the shot was like almost as it released out of his fingers, he turns to Serge Ibaka and starts talking shit, like talking like right in his face, and it was like, God, you're such a cocky but phenomenal player.
When he jumped over and went into the crowd last night, I texted you, Jerry, because I was like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was hoping for an injury. Like
everybody was,
So the Warriors have just become just this juggernaut, and I always root against juggernauts for some reason.
I agree.
Like I hated the Patriots, even when Jordan was so good. I was a Pacers quiet rooter.
Yeah.
We would all watch the game, and I'd be like, Reggie.
I agree. No, I agree. Everyone loves to hate the dominant, figure,
Well,
unless you're part of that squad, unless you're part of that city. Which, right now, I agree. I think OKC is like right now one of my favorite teams, and I hate them during the season. I hate everything about Deion Waiters. I hate a lot of their squad. But I mean, right now I'm a huge OKC fan. I'm like, damn, I wish I had a Russell Westbrook jersey. Like,
and I'd like to see that thing go to 7 just to tire whatever team out.
Yeah, I agree. Shot mentally and physically, would wear them out.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Cleveland will have played 12 games. The other teams would have played a minimum of 5, 10, at least 15 games now. If Golden State wins out, they're 3 more games in. And you can obviously see, they took on injuries. I mean, I don't think Curry's 100%.
No, I don't.
But I
agree.
mean, whatever he is, percentage-wise, better than anybody else I've seen.
Damn true.
So, guys, we're gonna end the show with some 5-court press. 5-court press is five open-ended questions where I kind of judge the merit of the responses I hear.
Yes.
It's usually Todd versus Jerry, and I usually get a lot of feedback from the both of you about how stupid the questions are. So we'll see if Mark's gonna come with that.
I hate your stupid fucking questions.
He's already.
We haven't even started yet.
Oh, I thought that was a question.
Oh, so I will
let the boy watch.
I like having this board near me. Like usually the board's on the opposite side, and I don't get to touch it. I like this.
The board is for you guys watching on YouTube. You can kind of see our little setup. I got a soundboard right here. The difficulty in listening, finding the soundboard, finding the buttons, anybody can do it.
You like that? You like
I like it being here though, because I'm like, ooh,
It's close.
I've been
Just
reading it.
hit one
yeah,
random
just-
button.
yeah.
Don't even look. Do one more.
Yes, those are good ones. All right, let's hit it, boy.
I'm just a humble motherfucker with a big ass dick.
That was for Mark's intro.
Yep.
I'm gonna start with our guest, and I'm gonna go right to question one. So just give me, these are open ended, Mark. Just kind of give me your best opinion of it. We're gonna start in Toronto. Like, these are gonna be 4-team based around the 4 remaining teams, and we'll see what these guys have to say. We'll go up north to Canada. Toronto is a franchise that's drafted Chris Bosh, Vince Carter. At one time, Tracy McGrady was even there. It seems like they cannot keep players in Toronto. The big debate right now is what they should do with DeMar DeRozan, because obviously with the cap space opening up, everybody's going to get paid. So the fear is in Toronto is they might give out max contracts to guys that don't deserve it. What I'm asking you, Mark, is Toronto, what is the best case scenario they can do this offseason?
In terms of keeping all their players and keeping everything intact.
Yes, DeMar DeRozan is the only free agent upcoming. They are the number 2 seeded in the Eastern Conference. What direction should the franchise actually think?
I mean, I know it doesn't work like this, but ideally, you have a team like that, and you say, hey, you guys all better fucking buy in because we need you guys. I feel like if you're in a team environment like that, there's gonna need to be some sacrifices made. 100%.
I think that's his answer,
Crickets.
Jerry.
Yeah, what do you got?
All right, well,
All right, I say blow it up, but get rid of DeMar DeRozan. We haven't seen shit out of him in the playoffs. He hasn't done anything. You know what? Yeah, you're the number two team in the East. The East sucks cock. I don't know if you've noticed this, but the Cavaliers are running through the East like they're running a 5K, and they're marathon runners. Like they're not even breaking a sweat. And I'm afraid that I would say, DeMar DeRozan, you're not getting paid shit from us. We're going out to get another big name. We got a great fan base. I mean, it's a cool city to play in. They really back them up. Like, they got that Jurassic Park outside where they have 2,500 fans that stand outside, and it's like still snowing in Toronto. They stand outside and watch the whole goddamn game. After they got blown out, there was still 500 fans still watching outside, and I was like, what the hell? These people are die hard. So I would say you go out and you go shopping. Get rid of DeRozan. He's not. I mean, I'm sorry, you're a guy that's filling in, and you can be a great bench player somewhere.
Point to Jerry, and I'm glad Jerry gets the first one, because I would hate for Mark to just come in here and run roughshot. Like, we're 50 episodes in, for fuck's sake, Jerry.
I better be good at
yeah,
answering
you
questions.
better sweep this shit. Mark,
I better Cavaliers this year.
I'm rooting for you, Mark. I'm rooting for you.
I'm rooting for me too.
All right, let's go to Jerry. This one's going to you. Golden State. Golden State Warriors. You don't win the title. 73 wins means absolute nothing. You have the ability to become a different team at any given time. Obviously, going into the offseason, like, something's going to happen. Besides Curry on that team, who's the most interesting player you would even consider trading on the Golden State Warriors?
Trading away?
If you had to. Basically, what I'm saying is, like,
yeah, if I had any option, say everybody has a team option where they can trade away or not trade away.
Yes, because basically what they're going to run into, everybody's got to get paid. So they've got to kind of stagger these contracts out, is what I'm thinking.
All right,
because
so
Curry hasn't got paid yet.
You're right. So, and he's going to get a massive contract.
So which players are you willing to
break ties with?
Yeah, cut salary.
Andre Iguodala, I'm sorry. I would break ties with him first. He's expensive. He's old, so he's automatically gets like those 10-year, huge contracts, because it seems like those guys always get giant contracts that are a little bit older. So I'd have to cut ties with him, though he does sometimes step up to the plate. There's a lot of young guys that'll do that for a lot cheaper. And other than that, I'd probably have to get rid of Andrew Bogut. because he sucks fat dick at a lot of stuff that he does. And that's a big, like all big men get paid a lot just because they're big. And I feel like you got a lot more talent out there that's going to be able to add a lot more offensively, because that man of their whole entire, and they have an offensive juggernaut, as we've said, of everybody on that team, he provides zero offense. And then defensively, he's just a punk bitch that likes to do low blows. He does. He's always the guy that you like watching underneath the basket. He's just doing low blows. He's just being an ass. So I'm like, and that's who I would get rid of. I'd cut ties with them, and you're still keeping your core. You gotta, because they're, unstoppable.
All right, Mark, we're going to you.
Give me a fucking answer!
I would trade Anderson Varejao back to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I win. Boom!
Mark, let me ask you something.
I'm going to Cleveland on vacation.
You ever said that? You ever said that?
Said what?
I'm going to Cleveland on vacation.
Only when I have to.
And you know what I'm trying to do, actually? So people say that, because that statement, I hate it, even though I agree with it. I'm trying to get Bold City Brigade to do when they play Cleveland in Cleveland, I think it's next year, to do their away trip in Cleveland. Because I think that'd be fun, because I know all of Cleveland. You know all of Cleveland.
I love Cleveland.
So it'd be cool to have the entire Bold City Brigade. We go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We go to the West Side Market. We do all the Cleveland shit, and then we go to the Browns game and watch the Jaguars whoop the shit out of the Browns.
All right, so in context, guys out of Jackson or who aren't listening in Jacksonville, the Bold City Brigade is a football club that we have here to support our Jacksonville Jaguars. The most cursed franchise in sports.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey just tore his MCL.
My God.
Yeah, I texted my season ticket guy. I told him I was canceling.
I know, poor Bill. Like, what the hell, man? But like I was telling you in the gym, I was like, it's kind of like we just didn't get our draft pick from last year, or like, because it's like almost like we're getting Dante Fowler back. So it's like, all right, well, that was our number one draft pick, not Ramsey. It's like Ramsey's next year. We get him next year. Like every year, we'll just push them back a year.
It sickens me. It sickens me as a Jaguar.
They'll still be
ticket
fine.
holder.
They'll be just fine.
Am I still on the clock here for the question because I wasn't done?
I thought that was your answer.
No, that was my intro because it was the best answer because the Warriors don't need him. He's good.
All right, Mark.
Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur.
Jerry, you're gonna get. Can we go 5-0? Let's find out.
Let's do it.
Bullshit.
All right.
Well, here's where I want to disagree. I'll give you the
What do you want me to
disagreement
do?
there.
I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I like Jerry's answer. I'm going to say the same exact thing. I had to
You
spice
should
it
have
up a little bit.
Well, the spice is that they're only paying him league minimum right now.
All right,
So they're not getting rid of any cap space. by getting rid of
allow
him.
him. Mark.
I already took my pants off for you. What else do you want me to do?
So a good response, and let me just kind of
I
show.
know we had that soundbite. That's amazing.
Well, it's never come up. Like I've never seen.
my
such-
God.
Our camera went off. Otherwise, we would get the facial expression. I apologize, YouTube. You're only seeing the Morning Hardwood logo.
Jerry's under the table right now.
Yes,
Jerking it.
we all got our shirts off. It's getting disgusting.
Who brought mayonnaise? That's weird.
That's not mayonnaise, and that's a week old. Anyways, like getting out of that, a good response, Mark, for example, might be so the Golden State Warriors. Let's keep, like I like your response about Bogut, but basically we've got to package some guys that are really about to get paid. We want to go that route. So we got to get rid of guys like Harrison Barnes, like you said.
Harrison Barnes is gonna get paid.
Harrison Barnes. I think you got to get rid of Andrew Bogut. I think Festus Ezeli is ready to step up and take a starter's role. I think Draymond will slide over to a power forward spot, and this team's got to look at that going forward. I think you kind of think about what your starting five is of the future, which is Festus Ezeli, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, insert player here, and you have to go about it that way. Dynasties always break up. You have about a 5-year window that you can keep this together, and you cannot keep everyone together. I think you sacrifice wins. I think you sacrifice depth, and I just think it's the run that they had. I mean, OKC went through the period where everybody had low contracts, and now that Durant and Westbrook are gonna have to get paid, it's over with. The OKC, this is the best version you're gonna see of them. When if they're able to retain Durant, it's gonna be tough to take them. With that being said, let's go to question 3. Jerry, you won that one. We're going back to you.
No, we can go to him. We'll just go alternate.
All right, we're gonna go alternate. We're gonna give Mark a chance to redeem himself. Speaking of Oklahoma City Thunder, speaking of Kevin Durant, he is at the point in his career that he's going to have choices of where he goes. Where is Kevin Durant's best chance to have success after the season?
Personal success as far as like leading in stats and all that, or winning a championship?
How you define success and what you would, if you put yourself in Kevin Durant's shoes, I'm a free agent now. What route should he take?
I mean, first of all, you got to get paid. So talk to the Thunder, see what's going. Bitch, give me my money. And you know, they're even saying talk about him going to the Warriors, which is a crazy thought. But I mean, it's possible.
Sorry, Mark, I'm kind of interrupting you with the soundboard thing.
No, you're good.
I'm just making it difficult. I'm swaying the voting.
Yeah, you've done a pretty good job at that.
The way I learned from my father.
You know, I honestly don't know where to say to go, and this has just become insulting.
Come after me!
Mark, I never get the chance to fuck with them. I usually get teamed up by Todd and Jerry, and they fucking just ramsack the lack of depth of the questions, and it's just been exciting to take the 5-court. Have we ever even finished the 5-court press?
No,
Jerry?
not often. It usually ends pretty quick.
It results in my self-esteem getting shattered because I spent all fucking day. I wish they saw it on YouTube coming up with these questions.
These are good. So far, these are good.
Oh, fuck you, Jerry. And then the two of you guys just rip them on down. And finally, I got Mark in here.
What do you want me to say? I think Kevin Durant's going somewhere, but I don't know where.
It doesn't matter what your name is!
Mark, it didn't matter what you had to say. I just enjoy having a little bit of control of the 5-court press again.
All right, you ready? Here's what Kevin Durant does. He goes anywhere east. Why? Because the Eastern Conference is weak as shit. There's a lot of teams that could use just a complement player that's going to come in there, lead the team. Like you put him on the Bulls, you put him on the Pacers, you put him on any of those Eastern teams. Now the Cavaliers have contenders that they have to face off against. Anywhere out west, I'm afraid the West is a dogfight every single year. Every single team is good. I would get the hell out of the West. And then the East, no matter where he goes, he's going to put up stats. So whether his definition of success is stats or it's titles, you have your best chance of winning a title if you're in the East because you have more of a chance to getting to the finals. And then on top of that, stats, you're going to be playing softer teams, so you're going to actually have better stats. So overall, I go anywhere East.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. If I'm Kevin Durant, I want to go east. I want the rest of my career to be with a team. And maybe you don't go as far as OKC did this year, but you go to a team like Boston.
Boston would be big.
You go to a team where they've got a good organization, and you just kind of sacrifice a year, and you hope what happened to Carmelo Anthony doesn't happen to you.
Oh, well, I was going to say, you know where you stay away from is stay away from New York, to be honest.
Oh, shit.
Stay the hell away from there because that's where careers go to die.
Exactly.
Hit a button.
For kind of the perfect button. We're gonna go to one more question. I think we're gonna cut it off at 4. Keep it at 4. Fourth question is about the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm gonna go to you, Jerry.
Well, here's what I'll do here. I'm going to
You
give
just got
Mark some
freeform,
credit.
huh?
Yeah, I'm giving Mark. Yeah, read the question. Just gonna fuck
Give
you.
them some fucking credit, man, for real.
Read the question. The crowd doesn't know what the question I'm answering, so I
right.
guess we gotta at least read it.
All right, I'm gonna read it.
I hate both of you.
How much more fun would Mark have had he gone on the cruise ship with the two of us, as
a lot
opposed
of
to the couple trip?
Well,
No. Well,
Let's
no.
hope his
All
girlfriend's not
right.
listening.
Well, now here's
She can't listen to this.
Now let's preface this.
She can listen. I don't care.
What is the highest number you can reach on a couple's vacation, Jerry?
like of fun.
Yes.
It's a different type of fun. Like it's all right. So I've been to Vegas twice. I've been there, or not more. Obviously, way more than twice. I've been to Vegas probably 20 times, but I've been there twice with girlfriends. and I've been there with my boys. Which one do I think is more fun? Obviously, my boys. But it's a different type of fun. So it's like on a cruise, if I want to go watch the shows at night, if I want to go, do all the cruise events, then that's what then with a girl, it's absolutely the way to go. But if I want to just get shithoused and hit on girls and watch girls in thongs, boom, then that's that.
Is this a sports related question?
Here, I'll answer my question that was originally.
Mark,
let me grab
you
that.
speak of that.
Are you professional or not?
And the answer is no. I mean, we got a homeless guy down here rubbing my thighs.
Yeah, Frank is still down there.
Frank's getting paid. I mean, he's got $5 for the day. He'll get these inside thighs touched.
I threw my gum under the table and Frank's chewing it, so I'm kind of grossed out.
Mark, I'm not gonna pimp you. You don't have to answer the question. I just like putting, I just thought I'd come up with a different question.
I like the last question. We'll both answer this. Everybody should answer. How far or how exciting are these playoffs? I feel like all the assholes that are like, this playoff sucks, like the Eastern Conference, what are you doing? Rep your damn sport. Every single playoffs is exciting. It's the best time of the year if you're an NBA fan, which we all are huge NBA fans. So, why in the hell wouldn't you just say, be excited about it? I'm excited to, even if Cleveland sweeps, it's exciting to watch the different types of ball that they're bringing out every single night. It's exciting that they broke the record twice in the last series with 3 points. You didn't see that out of the Cavs the entire year. They completely changed up their offense. So it's that shit's exciting. The OKC series, that's exciting. All of it has been exciting. And people that say that it's not exciting don't know basketball, or they're just they want to be critics just to be critics.
My question for you, though, us being Cleveland fans, do you think if Cleveland was not in it right now, we'd care as much?
Oh, yeah, I'd still be way into it, no matter what. I always, actually the first time that I ever really got into, really got into basketball was probably whenever that whole Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce all got together. I was always a basketball fan, but that's when I really got into basketball. And it was just because watching those guys, the way they moved, the way they played ball, the dominance that they played with, they just moved differently. It was like watching how when you watch videos of Jordan, the way he played ball was just a different style. Well, when those three got together, it was just like them just destroying people. And then Kevin Garnett's defense was unparalleled. Watching him play defense is truly, when he was in his prime, is magical, because he was a fucking dominant player. And I feel like that's when I really started watching basketball, is watching those three get together and start dominating. So I think regardless if Cleveland is in it or out of it, I'm now such a big NBA fan. I would jump on the bandwagon of right now, watching OKC.
OKC.
That's what I would do, because I love Russell Westbrook. I love him cussing out that woman on the sides. I loved it. I love Kevin Durant saying "fuck you" to Dion Waiters.
That was awesome.
After Kevin Durant ran down and made a 3-point shot, he just
an ill-advised
3-point shot. But I love that type of shit. I love that. I mean, everything. I love even watching them come in and what they come in. LeBron's looking like a Men in Black the way he's coming in with sunglasses, dark sunglasses.
Yeah, he's all business.
Yeah, but then you watch Russell Westbrook, who's obviously got some designer that's designing all his crazy shit. Because the other day, which was damn funny, Charles Barkley was hilarious. He walked in this raggedy ass shit shirt and then these tight white jeans that were ripped all the way down. And Chuck's like, I like his outfit, man, because he could do the dishes and wear that clothes at the same time. He's like, he could just dry the dishes on his own damn shirt. Nobody will know. And it made me laugh my ass off. Laugh my ass off. But even all of it, I can't get enough of it.
Mark, what do you feel about the playoffs?
I love them so far. I mean, the West has kind of, thrown some hoops at us, if you would say. Nobody would bet that the Spurs would be out of it right now.
Nobody.
Which, I was gunning, and I always have been, for OKC. I would love to see them beat the Warriors. So, that's a story in itself. People saying the East is weak. We know that, but the Cavs are so dominant. It should be that way. That's to be expected as well. It's awesome seeing all these different records being broken. Regular season and playoff 3-point record broke this season. That's
big
sweet.
Time.
And that's a staple for the times to come.
Yes. I'll say right now, I got mixed views on these playoffs. I remember last year we had the Rockets, my Rockets at the time. They came back in that great Clippers series, I thought. Then they went and actually did all right against Golden State, bringing them to 6. Like there was some actual talk that it would be a good series before Golden State handed it to them. And then you had the LeBron's finals where I thought I was seeing the best version I've ever seen of any singular basketball player I've ever seen. What LeBron did in those last year finals is absolutely incredible because you had a guy, Deladova, that we didn't even know existed. And these guys are up 2-1. And I was hoping to God they would win the finals. I just remember last year I was filled with so much like passion and these playoffs, like I feel the same way, but I haven't seen those gritty series. I haven't. The best series I've seen, is Miami Charlotte, and the pundits say that's some of the worst basketball anybody's ever watched.
I know.
I enjoyed those games.
It was
I love those games. That's to me that was the best series I've watched so far, besides the OKC San Antonio, and that's a second. So to me, these playoffs are lacking those lacklusters. I remember, Jerry, those Boston teams and those playoffs, that first run they had, they went to Game 7, 2 series in a row, then go and play the Lakers in the finals in a Game 7. I meant, you're talking about excitement right there. There will be nothing in playoff history that is going to top that for me. Do I love the playoffs? Absolutely. Do I love betting and losing money on the playoffs? Fuck no. But I will watch every single game that I can, but I'm just telling you, like, these playoffs feel a little bit different. I'm just eager for the finals, and I don't like that feeling. I don't like the let's wait for the matchup. So that's kind of where I'm standing.
See, I'm eager for Game 2 tonight. I'm eager for that. I'm eager for actually OKC and going to OKC for Game 3. I'm hoping OKC sweeps at home, and then they go back to Golden State up 3-1. Like that's what my hope is. I mean, obviously, I hope the Cavs sweep. And even if they don't, they're going to either gentleman sweep or sweep. They're going to, they're not going to lose the series. But, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited just to see the offenses that they're running. It makes me excited because then it's like Lou is trying a lot. He's trying to do a lot to see because in the finals, you're going to have to mix it up. You're going to have to go differently regardless if you play OKC or you play Golden State, you're going to have to come in, night off with different offenses that you're going to mix things up with. So I like seeing it that he's doing it. He's playing with different offenses most nights, and I like seeing that. So it makes it interesting. Is like the more in depth. If you're bored with the series, watch the defensive schemes, watch the defensive switches. Like that's what makes it more exciting. It's like when you're bored with people say, baseball is boring. I'm like, it's because you don't understand the game. When you think baseball is boring, you're not watching the pitcher's battle that's going on then. You're not watching the way the pitcher, like, you're not watching how the pitcher is controlling the ball then. If he's able to hit his spots that night, the pitcher's pitching a damn good game, and it's fun to watch. But people don't understand the game, and they don't see that. They go, it's boring. They hit it like once every 10 times. And it's like, yeah, but are you watching the pitches that are going on then? Are you not watching? This pitcher's doing a damn good job at keeping them from hitting the ball, that ball's going at 90 miles an hour, and it's a duel between the batter and the pitcher. Like, fuck you, it's boring.
All right, guys. Episode 50 is in the books. Mark, you got some final words? Mark, you did great, my friend.
You did good.
It was written.
And he's wearing an amazing shirt there.
Yeah, this fucking unhumble motherfucker. Mark.
I don't remember
Confidence.
asking you a goddamn thing.
Peace.